So now comes our final part in which we will learn the final calculation. Okay, so I'm going to open these tables one by one. Okay, and I'm going to delete all the fields from all the tables that we do not require now. Okay, so I'll just remove this one, delete this. Okay, and yes, I'm going to delete these fields as well. Okay, so you see the IDs are not arranged in a sequence. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to sort this from smallest to largest and expand the selection. Okay, so we have got our values. So I'll put that as 0 because uh, there was no pixel uh, with the point that we gave, right? So yeah, this is a new ID that is going to help us in relating the profiles. Okay, so next is our mid segments of the reach. Here we do not have any any field to relate, but we saw in QGIS that these cumulative lengths are in a particular sequence which we want. Okay, so we are going to calculate that cumulative length. Okay, so you see the number of records are same till this point. And we will also, although we already have this length of reach, but we will make sure from the table that they are correct, they're in the correct sequence. Okay, so you see here again we have to sort it from smallest to largest and expand our selection. Okay, and then we can use this here. Okay, so I think this is fine. Okay, and one more thing that, okay, let me put them in a sequence as well. Yeah, length, elevation. So this is my delta L. Okay, this is my delta H, and this is our L. Okay, so first, sorry, this is H actually. This is not delta H. So let me insert one column to calculate delta H. So delta H will be this minus this, right? This is what we saw, right? Yeah. So equals this minus this value, right? So there will be, of course, the first value will be negative, so it's okay. It's okay. And yeah, there are as places where we do not have any value. I'll just keep it as 0 because there wasn't any sampling done. Okay, so this is my delta H, and now if I want I can remove this, but before that I have to copy this and paste it as special. Okay, then I can remove this, delete this, right? Now comes the actual L actually, right? That will be our length cumulative length. Okay, so for that, as I said, our first length will remain same, right? But our second length will be the sum of this plus this, right? And my third length will be the sum of this plus this, right? So it should always increase, right, in this way. And here we have to delete this particular point. Okay, and this should be equal to the sum of all the length. So let's check if it is so. Sum of all these things, all these values. Let's see, it is 45,865 and 45,865. Okay, so we are fine here, fine till here. So now comes our final calculation of SL index. Okay, so SL, I'll make a new column, SL index, okay, which is, so here we are going to insert the formula equals to delta H divided by delta L, brackets closed, multiplied by the length, right? So this was the formula. So we are going to ignore the first value, no problem. Okay, so this is what our SL index is. Okay, here we have this value as minus, because you see the elevation values are, suddenly dropping, suddenly increasing. This can be because of the errors in the DEM. Okay, so we can ignore such things, and we can just take it as positive. Okay, so no problem with that. And you have to make sure that your data, the data that you are taking, is correct. Okay, it do not have such things. And what else you can do, sorry, what else you can do here, first you can also sort your elevation from the the highest elevation to the lowest elevation, because of course when a stream is flowing, it most of the time it is always like the elevation will drop along its downstream path. Okay, so if it is giving us minus, that means there is some problem in the uh, there is some problem with the data. Okay, so we can just remove these minus. I'm not changing the quantity, I'm just changing the sign. Okay, yeah, so I think our the values are fine. And here also I'll just remove the sign. Okay, so we have calculated this SL index. Okay, so I think we are fine now. And one more thing I want from here is the IDs. Okay, so I want this ID. I do not want the IDs of elevation values. So let me copy these values and make a new table, which we can save as our SL index final calculation SL index. Okay, and that will be saved as CSV. Okay, so now we are going to bring that table in QGIS. So now let's learn how we can visualize this SL index on our map view. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to bring our CSV file. Okay, SL index CSV file here using the delimited text option. Okay, because we do not have any geometric information, so we will keep it as no geometry, and then add and close it. Okay, so now if you will notice that in the attribute table we have new ID. Okay, and in the final reach attribute table we have new ID. So we have one field using which we can combine these two, right? So I'll just search for join. You can make these searches in the search box of processing toolbox as well. Okay, so wherever I'm comfortable, I'm doing. So we will use this join attributes by field value. Okay, so I want my input layer to look like final reach. Okay, so those segments we require final reach, and then based on our new ID. Okay, and then comes my SL index. Even in the same, I require this new ID. Okay, also the fields that you are adding, okay, fields that you're using should be of same type. For example, this is my 123 integer, and this is also integer. Okay, you cannot add you cannot combine the, let's say sometimes 123 are saved as text. Okay, so you cannot combine those two, or sometimes as decimals. So please make sure that fields that you are combining should be of the same type. Okay, and we will take one to one and we'll discard features which could not be joined. Okay, after that click on run, and you see joint count is 60. Okay, close it, and we have got our final layer, final SL index layer. Okay, now let's style it. Okay, so I'll go to the layer styling panel. Okay, and from single symbol, I will change it to graduated. Okay, and we will use the range using the SL index. Okay, then classify. Okay, and we can use the natural breaks in our data. Okay, and okay, but I think that was better. Uh, Equal count. Okay, so this is how our SL index variation looks for this part of the river. Okay, and here you see we have the highest value, right? and in this part we have lower values. Okay, so this is how uh, you can plot your values. Okay, plot the values in QGIS and calculate the SL index in QGIS. I hope the tutorial was useful for all of you. It will help you in finding out the solutions that you're looking for in your academic research or in your industrial projects. So please comment your thoughts, and if you found any confusion in any step, you can write me an email at questforgis@gmail.com. And also please subscribe and share the content with everyone, whoever you think is in need of this type of content, and whoever is keen to learn GIS using open source. So our platform, we regularly provide trainings as well, so you can contact us for the same. So this is the first index, this is the first morphometric parameter SL index that we calculated using QGIS. Come up with more videos about the morphometric parameter calculations. Okay, so this analysis is not only for geoscientists, but it is also useful for everyone who deals with the landform, who deals with the landscape, right? It can be a agriculture, it can be a person from agriculture domain, forestry domain, anything, anyone, whoever wants to work on landslides, earthquakes, right? So all these things, flood analysis, and maybe the slope, finding out the slope of the land, right? So you can perform these calculations in QGIS. QGIS is a very powerful software, and it is no less than its paid counterparts. Okay, so thank you for watching this entire tutorial. I hope this was useful for you, and this will be really beneficial. So yeah, all the best everyone, and do not hesitate to ask your queries. Thank you.